So my experience here in Istanbul has been really amazing. Before I arrived here, I tried to kind of read up a little bit about the country's history and things like that to kind of give me more of a sense of where I'd be going. And I knew a few people that had spent time here and done art projects here. And each one of them said that it was really amazing and that I would surely love it. And yeah, they were right. It's been really incredible to kind of discover this country and discover someplace new that has a curious mixture of so many different cultural references in one place. So the experience working with Sevil and her team has been really incredible, very professional, very, very gracious. I definitely owe them a debt of gratitude to hosting me here. Everyone was very kind and also like on a professional level, helping me to realize the work that I wanted to explore. They've been really good assisting me in that and helping me to make it a reality. For example, sourcing materials, and I wanted to do a series of ceramic works here. So before I arrived, all that was researched and some place was found where I could actually get ceramic objects. And going there and discovering that was something entirely new for me. The ceramic pieces that I did here are very tied to this location. So I was happy to do that. And also, I did this series of pastels and works on paper, large scale ones, which is something that I've done before, but many times in New York, I don't really have time to kind of do that. I'm working more on paintings or sculpture or other things. So it's nice to be able to have this kind of this setting or this studio where I can concentrate on that. I since I've been here, I've taken every day like a ton of photographs. So the experience is something that I'm going to bring back with me to New York. And I feel, I've been here for about a month, but I feel like I'm still discovering it very much. There's so much that I have not seen or experienced. So I'm still this whole thing is still really new to me. In general, the way that I work, the process that I used is very layered in a way. I used different mediums, whether it's work on paper or a painting on canvas, and I combine those mediums in a way. And I've learned over the years how to do it in a way that's compatible and kind of successful. For example, I like to begin, some of the paintings that you see behind me, I like to begin with this sort of I like to thin the paint down so it's almost like watercolor, and it's blending on the canvas. So it's almost like Helen Frankenthaler with some of her paintings where there's these veils of color that she's used. But after that, I build it up in a real textural sense where I'm using colors that are kind of an application that's heavier. So it's this combination of heavier passages and very translucent passages within the same painting. And the last part that I do in this process is kind of adding spray paint into the mix. That comes kind of, maybe not last, but next to last. I add sort of spray paint because, I've been using spray paint since the mid-1970s, and it has its own characteristics and values to it. So it's interesting to see the way spray paint sort of intermingles with other things. Yeah. So the colors that I use in these paintings here really come from nature. They're very bold. However, you could look at these colors in flowers and clouds and the ocean and grass and plants. So yeah, they're very tropical or citrus colors. In these paintings, I didn't really use black. You know, there's the absence of black, and there's not too many passages where there's like really dark colors. It's very, very bold and kind of citrus. You know, before coming here, I saw floor plans for the gallery and some photos, but it's so much, the space is so much more incredible in real life. It really is. And the first day that when I got here and I saw the space, I thought, oh wow, this is really much different than what I imagined in real life. So the exhibition is kind of taken on a life of its own in my mind anyway. And I think it's probably gonna be about people and places. And that might even be the title of it, People and Places, because the paintings will be of different scenes, probably in New York kind of scenes, but that people can identify with here. And there'll be some portraits that'll be included in it as well. So I think that the exhibition will be formed around those two things, those two concerns. Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.